Welcome to part 1, the Technological Apotheosis. This is the beginning of our framework where we eventually will work our way down to the blueprint of how to return to Eden. It starts with the argument that we are building super powerful technology. AI, quantum computing, nanotech, biotech, and etc. These will all accumulate down into us becoming or building beings of immense power. And that's the technological apotheosis. Now the question is, are we becoming demigods or gods or maybe demons as we go down this road? So what drives the technological apotheosis? And what drives the world? I want to give you four drivers that I believe can help you understand why this will happen. And the first one is capability. It's really the power to do it. It's like the skill, the ability, the knowledge of how to do anything. And the second is the ambition, the will to do it. Like, do we have the vision? What do we want to do? Do we have desire to do it? And third is competition. Do we really have a good reason to do it? And fourth, do we have the capitals or means to do it? Say, imagine you own a factory and someone comes in and say, hey, I can automate everything with AI. And then you say, do you have the ambition to do it? Yeah, I do, because then we will be so much more efficient. And then, but that's not enough. You need a really good reason to do it. And then you say, oh, if I don't do it, then my competition is going to do it, which means that they can attract more customers and they can offer their services at a lower price. So, and then you ask, do I have the capital to invest in automating everything? And once you do, then your factory has the power to run by itself. You might get a new ambition about how to improve that, and so on and so forth. This model can even explain why we haven't gone back to the moon. We certainly have the capability of doing it. So how can these four forces explain how we can go from artificial intelligence into singularity? And I think we should talk about AI. Because AI, it already has, but it will change the world big time in ways you probably can't conceive. Because first of all, the AI we have today, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I don't think we use it the right way. And because if you view AI as a power, right? It's intelligence power. You can see a similarity to it as electricity. Like back in the 1800s, we use it for like a few light bulbs, and now it powers the entire world. It powers the world you know today. So then AI is a power that needs to be mined and refined and turned into applications, useful applications. And that's the AI we have today. If no further development, this will radically transform the world. But it is getting better. It is getting better, and the better the AI, the more computation we can do, the more computation power we have, and the more we can do with it, and the more it can help us. And I want to mention a side note, and that's quantum computing. This is not really within the framework here, because it needs breakthroughs, but it's a new type of compute. And if and when it's successful, it will just skyrocket everything we talk about here, like this. Now, the first point is the automation of everything. And the law of automation is something like this. Everything that can be automated will be automated. Well, automation is nothing new. But the difference is that it runs on dumb chips, while now our automation will run on intelligent chips, right? And the difference between a dumb chip is that it can take a signal, and if it's correct, it can process it the way it's supposed to be. But if it's a different signal, everything stops. With intelligence, you don't even need a right signal. You don't need a right signal. It can then determine how that signal should be interpreted and turned into the right signal. And that's a huge difference. And if you think that this is science fiction, it's not. It's AI powered dark factories are already a thing in China. And this is the Changying Precision Technology Company. And they make cars, and it's near total automation already, right? They have replaced 90% of their human workforce. And the AI runs 24/7, boosting productivity with 250%. And it also reduced defects by 80%. That's huge, right? And the automation of everything will lead to radical cost collapse. So after this, you will know why everything will become super cheap. Super cheap. Because if you think about price, then price really is all about what you're willing to pay for anything. That's the price of anything. And you have cheat codes to keep prices high. You have branding, so that makes you want want it more, right? And that's the reason why you can pay like $1,000 for a purse, while the same purse without the branding, it might be worth $10. You can have a high demand and low supply, that will increase the price. And you have monopoly, that could rig the competition, that can drive the prices up. And you can have regulations like legal fees and taxes and so on and so on and so on. But if there's healthy competition, then you will get your product at a minimum viable price. And the minimum viable price is this. It's all costs, all the cost of the business, divided by the unit or service, times the required return of the investors, of the stockholders, of the owners. So if the price has to drop, if you are not willing to pay at least the minimum viable price, it has no future, and they say, okay, we have to close shop. All costs are really all costs. It's energy, material, manufacturing, transportation, human labor, sales and marketing, overhead, business, etc. times the required return. Right? So if something costs $100 and the required return is 15%, then the minimum viable price of that product would be $115. And the required return really comes from these 3 points. It's inflation. The investment needs to beat inflation. It needs to beat what you would get if you just put it in a savings account, and it would need to justify the risks of it. So when everything is automated, the tomato that you're going to eat really becomes a question about how many kilowatts have been used in order for you to get that tomato. Because in a simplified way, right? If all you need is an AI robot to mine, farm it, refine, process, transform it, deliver, provide, transport it, and D, maintain A, B, and C, and itself, it's all a question about how much energy were used in order for you to get that tomato, right? And now you apply this to everything. You apply it to everything. Everything from mining, to farming, to product development, to sales, to marketing, to logistics, to anything. Then it's a question about energy. And energy is not that expensive. So what would happen to the taxi driver, right? Because you have, if you look at a taxi driver versus a self-driving taxi, the self-driving taxi has no human labor. It's all about the energy, and it needs to make sense in terms of the cost of the service. So in competition with the taxi driver, the prices will plummet, and in competition with itself, the prices will plummet. So in order to compete for the taxi driver, he might have to redefine the purpose of his service. and serve it in a different way. If it's from A to B, it's not going to work. Or it can work for pennies, but doesn't that make it work kind of meaningless? And the reason this will happen is because of the four forces, right? We are able to automate it, and we want to automate it. Yeah, we are gonna make money. If not, the competition are gonna automate it. So we're gonna put money into automating it. The next thing that will determine whether we will get more money or not is whether we can make it more efficient. And so we will have an ambition to make it more efficient. We'll have a reason to do it, so we put money into it, and so on and so forth. And this will drive prices down given healthy competition. And the third point is, we are going to reach artificial general intelligence, or AGI. AGI can be understood as AI that can understand, learn, and solve a wide range of new tasks across domains at a human level. And it's not really a question about if we reach it, because we have something called the scalability hypothesis. And it says we don't need breakthroughs. We don't need anything revolutionary with the technology we already have. We only need to add more compute or more horsepower to the AI we got. So then it's not a question of if or when, but about how much. How much money are you willing to spend to get to AGI? And the second thing that I want to comment, and we will talk more about this as we hit Babel and the trial of confusion, is the structure of intelligence. Now, if you think about yourself, your mind and your brain power, in order to produce a thought, you use maybe 12 to 20 watts. But some of those thoughts are more sophisticated than the thoughts that the AI can have today, right? But if you take a mundane thought, for the same task, like the AI needs 2.7 billion watts. That's 225 million times the energy in order to produce a similar brain power. So energy is not the problem, structure is. I saw this guy who had a chat with his AI about human thoughts and brain power in terms of work, and then he divided it up to like how many tokens are being used in terms of brain power during a work year, and the cost of that is around $10 to $15 depending on the model. So yeah, labor is in big trouble. But if you combine these things, scaling, structure, you see we will reach AGI through one of them. And once we have AGI, it will improve itself. It will improve it will improve structure and create super AGI. So let's tie it all together, right? So you have the four forces that will drive AI into automate everything. So we will automate everything with AI. And this will lead to radical cost collapse, because everything becomes a question really about energy. How much energy have we used in order to get our food, really? So for humanity, this will make us irrelevant as labor as far as we know it. But we will also get abundance and a bunch of free time. So our main purpose is to find meaning. The four forces will also drive AI and turn it into AGI. And humans with AGI will help us, together try to solve problems and advance our technology, maybe impossible problems. And then at one point we will start to merge with AGI. And this will start the ascension timeline. And the ascension timeline is really a mix of different stories of different technologies and how they can accelerate this. You have AI and AGI. You also have like implants and cyborg, like merging with tech. And you have biohacking, like we can do stuff to our DNA that can further this along. And you have nanotech, which we haven't discussed, but it has a wide range of opportunities. And once you have AI to do nanotech, anything, it becomes possible. And the mix of them, right? So if we start today, then we see technology is tools, right? We use it as tools, we use it as gadgets that we use to achieve our objectives. At one point, some people, if not all, will merge with technology more and more. And then we might find ways to bend our biology so we live longer, we are healthier, we are stronger, we are more beautiful, etc, etc, etc. And at a certain point, life will become more or less programmable for us. So we can program, we already do this to a certain extent with GMOs, where we gene edit our food, but we can program life and we can program ourselves to gain abilities and traits that we didn't think as possible. And then we will reach like a post-human state. We will have gone so far away from what we conceive as humanity today, and eventually we will become gods, small capital gods. So in order to make this more tangible, we can go through the timeline in a Marvel style. I think like today we are here, we are Falcon, at least the cutting edge of us are Falcon. We use technology as tools, widgets and drones and whatnot to achieve our objectives, right? But at some point, people will start merging with tech, like Tony Stark does. Like he has the power core as a heart, and the suit is kind of a part of him. And then if certain technologies deliver, we might bend our biology and become like Captain America, like a demigod. And then we might start do experiments and do weirder stuff. So we program and give ourselves abilities that we thought would be impossible, like Mr. Fantastic, who is elastic, and so on. And then in the end, maybe we create something like vision that's a little bit biology, a lot of nanotech, a lot of robotics, AI, a post-human existence that does not resemble humanity at all. And then eventually we become like gods. So if you look at the different technologies here, like merging with technology, we become like Iron Man. And then if we CRISPR and DNA, we might become like more like a demigod, like Captain America. And then through AI and nanobots, we can become like we will create, I think is more right to say, like vision. And combining all this technology together, we can become like Thor. So, as you can see, we are becoming gods. Now the question becomes, how do we deal? Right? With morality, ethics, dilemmas, trials, and the mindset. Like, what is the mindset of a god? What is the philosophy of a god? And the second question is, can we achieve it? Will we reach paradise, or will we destroy ourselves before ever reaching it? And the third question is, have we been there before? Because if our future kind of looks like the stories of mythology, maybe myth are memories of a time when we humans were like the gods or lived with the gods. So maybe these stories have a lesson to teach us. And this leads us to the second part, myth as memory. I hope you found this exciting. Now, if you want to be the hero of the story, you can support this work by either subscribing to the channel, engaging, sharing it with a friend, comment in the section below, or you can buy me a coffee or a beer, maybe a beer, by scanning the QR code or visiting this link down below. Thank you for watching. I see you in the next one.